Welcome to Pilates for your hips. Today we're going to use a towel. Fold your towel in fours so it makes a piece of cloth about 3 to 4 inches thick. Take that and go ahead and lie down as you place that between your thighs. Center yourself on your mat, arms long by your sides, and bring the legs into tabletop. Take a nice big breath, and as you exhale, give the towel a little hug with your thighs to activate your core. Lift your arms and start pumping vigorously for the 100, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Every time you exhale, give the towel a light hug to deepen the center even more. Add a challenge of curling the head and shoulders up if that's appropriate for your body. You can also send the legs out to a little longer diagonal, but keep the towel in between the legs and the knees soft. Remember to exhale as you lightly hug the towel. Breathing in and exhaling it out. Keep going. Warming the body up, getting the circulation moving. Last set. And then rock yourself up to a seated position. Bend your knees, keep your feet flat on the mat, feet together, and legs still holding the towel. Inhale to sit tall. Exhale to round about halfway back. Move your hands down your legs if you need to. Inhale again, exhale, round forward. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, round halfway back. Deepening. Take another breath into your back. And exhale, dive forehead to your knees. Keep that going. Deep into inhale. Draw the arms forward and begin to pulse back. Hug the towel each time. The hug of the towel gives you a stronger connection into your abdominals for more strength and support. Good. It should feel like strong work. And your last one, round all the way forward. Take the towel away and just send your legs out long in front of you, diving forward for a little stretch. Place the towel to the side, lay all the way back into your mat for one leg circles. Arms long by your sides, extend the right leg up, and for now keep both knees a little soft. Bring the right leg across, around, open, and back to the center. Really establishing that your pelvis is very quiet. Keep that going. And then try straightening both legs for a little more challenge. That's optional. Shoulders are back and the neck is easy and long. After your last one, reverse it. Try small circles to the top, up to the sky. And you can add the challenge of making the range of motion bigger, to the ankle and back up to the center. Easy breaths here. And then give the knee a gentle hug to your chest. Switch legs. Again, start with soft knees. Go across, around, open, and back to center. It's more of a teardrop shape than anything. Make sure the pelvis is very quiet. Try straightening both legs for a little more challenge. Good. Last one. And then reverse, around and back up, right at the sky, up to the ceiling. Keep the hips quiet. Use the abdominals to return the leg, and then make it a little bigger for 3, up, 2, up. Last one. And give that knee a hug. Hug both knees to your chest. Do little circles, knees moving away from one another in the center, and then reverse, massaging the hips with the leg bones. Good, let's take a stretch. Hold behind the right leg and extend and bend the leg a few times while you insert the leg bone into the hip gently. Hold the leg up. Give it a little deeper stretch and flex and point now. Move the ankle, move the arch, move the toes. Switch legs. Extend the left leg up and bend and extend just a few times. Holding the leg gently into the hip and the hip to the floor. And then point and flex strongly so you feel it in your ankle, the lower leg, the upper leg, and the hip. Good. Hug both knees to your chest. Curl the head and shoulders up for this single leg stretch. Begin by hugging one knee in as you send the other leg out and switch. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Nice strong tempo as you deepen the center in and up. Make sure your head and shoulders are up from your abdominals and not just the neck muscles. Go ahead and rest the head back and hug your knees in. Rock up to a seated position. Take your towel again for the spine stretch. Place a towel back between the thighs. This time heels a little separate, knees bent, heels to your mat. Place the hands behind you. Press long through your arms as you lengthen through your spine and hug the towel. And then let it go. Inhale, press, hug, and lift. Activate the hips. Exhale, release. Do it again. Hug, inhale, lift, and then let it go. Take the arms out long in front of you, shoulders back, and do the same thing. Hug the towel, activate your hips. Now try to levitate as you draw your center in, and then exhale to let it go. Again, inhale, lift up, hold for 2, for 3. Exhale to settle. Do it again, this time holding it, inhaling and exhaling 3 times briskly before you finally let it go. Turn onto your belly, put the towel to your side. Stack your hands and rest your forehead on your hands. Legs slightly apart, and just try to ground the hips here. Lift the right leg up, lengthen it, and lower. Lift the left leg, lengthen, lower. Keep alternating at a steady, strong tempo without shifting the hips side to side. Your lower back should also stay quiet here, abdominals scooped. And then lift and open the leg 2 or 3 inches, squeeze it back to center, and then lower. Lift, open and close, lengthen, lower, lift. Use the inner thigh, bring the leg back to the center to rest it. And again. Good. Bend the knees, bring the heels together, feet flexed. Open your knees slightly. Keeping the heels together, lift the thighs up a little and resist lowering them back down. Lift from your upper thighs, the fronts of your hips, while you keep the pelvis and low back quiet. Use the strength of the back of your legs and take little pulses there at the top. About 8 is enough. Now extend the legs and bend them. Heels stay together. Point the toes, flex the feet, heels pressed together. Extend and bend, the thighs stay lifted. Keep scooping the belly. And then at the end there, little pulses, both legs lifted. Rest the legs, separate them, rock your hips a little side to side. Bring the legs back together, single leg kicks, 1, 2, 1, 2. Kick one foot to your bottom twice, lengthen it away. Kick the other foot and lengthen it away. 1, 2, 1, 2. And notice your center is still quiet. Add a challenge by propping yourself up in the elbows. One hand in a fist, the other hand wrapped around it. Keep your center lifting. Continue the kicks, but a little brisker. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Nice deep breaths here. Lower both legs. Lower the upper body back to the mat. Settle your hips again. Make sure you're evenly weighted. And then come onto all fours. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, and extend the right leg back behind you, a long leg parallel to the floor, and just lift and lower the back leg, about 8 times. Straight parallel and point the toe. Work long leg bones, long leg muscles. Flex the foot and pulse up, 8. Pushing through the heel, keep the abdominals scooped. Switch legs. Point the toes, stretch the leg, 8 times or so, lift and lower. Watch the lower back that it's strong and quiet. And then flex your foot, push strong through that heel, little pulses, keep the hips square to the floor. And then lower that leg. Come down to your elbows, long fingers, long wrists, and then send the right leg to the high diagonal. Bend the knee to tap the mat, and then push the leg back to the high diagonal. Take the abdominals with you. Work a long leg And then turn the leg out for the fire hydrant. Bend the knee to the side of the body now and extend in an external rotation. Find a nice hug of the muscles at the top. Good. And finish with little pulses there. 8 or so is plenty. And switch legs. Try to keep the hips square. Lift the leg, bend it and extend it. Keep scooping the belly as you move the leg. Keep the shoulders easy and the back of the neck long. Make sure the head is not drooping. And then take that leg out. Take a strong external rotation, bend the knee to the side and press it up. Find that long muscles of the legs. Muscles hug the bones and the bones lengthen. Easy breaths here. Finish with little pulses at the top. Good. Bend your knees, sit back and take a breath in child's pose. Walk both hands to the left side of your mat as you sit deep into the right hip and feel a nice long side stretch. Please feel free to pause here for a little bit longer stretch. Switch sides. And then both hands to the middle. Let's get your towel back out. Place that between your thighs. Come back to all fours. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, and tuck your toes. You can also do this on your elbows. Hover the knees up, hug the towel lightly, and take a few deep breaths each time you exhale. Hug the towel and activate your hips. Rest, and do it again. A few deep breaths here, hugging the towel, deepening the core. Rest. Add a challenge by lifting one foot up at a time, alternating. Try to keep the body very quiet. And just keep a light hug of the towel between the thighs. Again, keep the head and neck long and strong. Sit back, take the towel away. And let's turn onto your left side. Feel free to use the towel as a pillow here. Bend your knees for some side lying work. Let's start with the clam. Knees a little lower than hip sockets. Hips very stacked. And then we need to open the top knee and then resist it back down. The big toe knuckles stay together. Lift the thigh bone, resist the thigh bone back. The hips and spine stay quiet. Turn it to a seesaw action. So the knee goes down, the toe up. The toe goes down, the knee goes up. Internal and external rotation. Massage that leg in the socket. Good. Send both legs out long, slightly in front of you. Hips, ribs, and head in line. Turn the leg out, flex a foot, and kick forward twice. And press long to the back, parallel. Point to the back, flex to the front, point to the back. Keep that going, a strong, steady tempo. 5 to 8 sets is plenty. Stretch the leg to the back, and then bring it home. Point to lift, flex to lower. Point, up, 2, 3, flex, press. Go up, 2, 3, and press. Pulsing at the top for 8. Pushing through the heel. Point the toe, bring the leg back to hip height, and just take some little circles there. 5 to 8 sets or reps is plenty. And then reverse it. Easy breaths here. Center is strong. And then take the towel, place it between your ankles for a little inner thigh work. Rest your head back on your arm. Legs are still slightly in front of you. Press the bottom leg into the towel to lift both legs up. Pause at the top. Resist it down. Press, lift, and resist it back. Point and flex the feet at the top to move the ankles, the arches, and the toes again. Couple more times. And then lower the legs. Take the towel back as your pillow. And we'll do grand rond de jambe. The top leg comes up, kick it forward, lift it, and then press it to the back. Heel comes forward. Toes reach to the back, external, and then parallel. Deep massage for the hip socket. Reverse. 5 to 8 is plenty. Parallel point, flex, rotate to the front. Keep the spine quiet as you can. Bend the knee, rest the leg, and give that hip a little tap. That will feel really nice. Let's switch sides. Take your pillow with you. Line your body up, but bring your legs slightly in front of you with your knees bent. Feet together, just start to open the top knee and press it back. A nice easy tempo. And then turn it into the seesaw. Knee goes down, toe goes up, toe goes down, knee goes up. Just a few more there. Massaging that leg, internal and external rotation. Get that blood flowing in the hip there. Rest the legs, send both legs out long in front of you. Lift the top leg up for kicks. Flex the foot, turn the leg out, kick twice, and parallel long to the back. It's 1, 2, and long to the back. There's some dynamic energy behind it. Powerful hips, strong legs, steady center. Couple more times. Keep that leg long to the back, and then bring it home. Point to lift, flex to lower, up and down. Think more about the length you're creating from the socket than how high you're going up to the sky. Height will come with longer muscles. Keep the leg up in little pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then lower it back down. Parallel and little circles here. And then reverse. Keep the hips nice and quiet. And then rest the leg down. Grab the towel. Place that towel back between your ankles, again, for that inner thigh work. Rest the head. Legs are still slightly in front of you. Press the bottom leg into the towel to lift both legs up, and then lower. Press from the inner thigh up, and then resist it back down. Make the legs a little bit longer. Good. Last one. And point and flex the feet there. Keep hugging the towel strong from the center. Lower the legs. Take the towel out, bring it back to be supportive for your head, neck, and shoulders. And we do grand rond de jambe. Flex the foot, turn it out, kick the heel to the ceiling, parallel, and point the foot to the back. Big circle. Good. Last one, and then just reverse it. Toe to the back, heel to the sky, toe to the back, heel to the sky. Hips are quiet. Beautiful. Last one. And then give that knee a little bend, tap your hip, and give that a little nourishment there. Great job. Put the towel away. Stack your hands, turn onto your belly. Rest your head on your hands. Settle your hips. Let's do some beats. Lift both legs up. Open and close the leg briskly. Inhaling and exhaling. And then turn that into a set of flutter kicks. Inhaling. Exhaling strong, make the legs longer. Breathe like you would for the 100. Get the circulation going again. Strong kicks, keep going. And then rest. Turn onto your back. Center yourself on your mat. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh for a little hip stretch. Open the knee gently. Then take the hands behind your right leg for a little deeper stretch. Draw the leg toward you and then float it away, deepening the hip stretch. Make sure you settle in neutral and just take the stretch. Switch sides, cross the right ankle over the left thigh, rocking the leg in and out a couple times to deepen the stretch. But make sure you settle into neutral and just draw the leg bone toward you. Nice deep breath there. And then release that stretch. Hug both knees. Feet together, let the knees drop open just for a gentle butterfly. Rock a little and ultimately settle in center. Let's do some bridging. Bring the knees back together, feet slightly apart. Lift the hips up. Lengthen the body and roll the spine back down bone by bone. Heels are in line with your sits bones. Lengthen the hips, the thighs, and roll it back down. Inhale to lift, lengthen, exhale to resist it down. Take take the towel. Let's place that back between your thighs and let your feet be as wide as the towel. Hold the towel as you lift. As you lengthen, hug the towel as you gently lower back down. Use the towel to activate the inner thighs, to lengthen the front and outer hips. And again, shoulders are back. And stay at the top to breathe deeply. Each time you exhale, hug the towel a little stronger and lengthen a little more. Through the hips, through the thighs. And then finish by rolling down bone by bone. Let's take that towel away, place it to your side, and hug your knees into your chest. Rock up to a seated position. Make sure you have space. And let's turn over onto all fours again. Lower to your elbows, one hand in a fist and the other hand wrapped around it. Step your legs back into an elbow plank position, a front support. Legs are fully together. Take 3 deep breaths here. Hug the leg bones together. Activate your hips. Deepen your center. And then lower down to your knees to stretch it back. Add a challenge. Bring yourself back to all fours. This time up on straight arms. Hands under your shoulders, legs fully together, high heels, stronger thighs, deep active hips, strong breath. Exhale, scooping the belly in. This time stretch it up to a pike position. And then pedal the feet. Heel, toe, heel, toe. Keep the hips reaching for the sky to get more length through the backs of your legs and your lower legs. A couple more times. Come back to your plank for just a breath. And then lower the knees and sit back for a child's pose. Great job.